Trying out some fleece stitching, some stitching on some fleece for my upcoming hoodie jacket builds. Cutting out a notch to start the serger because it's a little thicker fabric. You cut out a notch and you line this up under there and the knife up here. A little easier to start bulky fabrics. Make sure you do a nice follow through on your serge. Going straight back, not at an angle. If you let it go straight back and not at an angle, you can see it keeps the fabric nice and square and it doesn't stretch it out. A lot of bad habits people have with sergers is when they get toward the end, they start going off to the left and it leaves incomplete stitches here, then stretches out the corner. Really bad form. If I was a teacher, I'd be knocking some knuckles with some rulers. Now I'm practicing some top stitching with the decorative stitch. I'm using the honeycomb. And I've got an open-toed embroidery foot so I can kind of see what I'm doing a little bit better than a regular foot. I put it in here and I line the seam here with the inside edge of the presser foot. Start off with the lock stitch. And I'm using a 16 needle, 7mm wide honeycomb stitch length of 2 millimeters. And for practicing, I'm just using serger comb thread in both the bobbin and the needle thread. On the finished garment, I'll be using bulky nylon in the bobbin. In case it's not lined, it's a little easier on the skin than thread. It looks a little nicer. And with top stitching, you have to go a little slower, especially with the decorative stitches. Let the machine feed the fabric. Just make sure it's laying as flat as possible, going left to right. But don't put any hindrance on the machine feeding the fabric in, otherwise you'll get uneven stitches. They go by hoodie jacket, but I'm going to be making more of a casual fleece jacket. And that's the seam finish I've come up with. It kind of looks like a reverse cover stitch from a distance. And that's the inside with the serge. You could see it's really covered over. You could also use that as the outside. Kind of a messy reverse cover stitch. A little bit more threads because you have the serger threads covered over with the honeycomb. This is just the honeycomb. And I was trying it out with some slightly smaller needles, and I got a few skip stitches here and there. So the best is to use a size 16 needle.